Welcome to my home kitchen. Now today I'm going to show you a little spicy dish that may be not friendly for all the kids, but it's definitely friendly for mum and dad. So it's a braised chicken thigh tagine with harissa and chickpeas. You can serve it with whatever you want. I mean, you can serve it with a bowl of rice, a bowl of couscous, a salad or some veggies. I'm going to show you how to make the base and the rest of it's up to you. So the only thing I need to do here before I jump over to the stove is grab some of these coriander roots. And I just want to show you this bit. It's pretty simple, but a lot of people get it wrong. Just some cold running water and just really wash in those roots to get rid of all the sand, because you can smell that straight away. This bit people throw away all the time, but this is the bit with the most flavour. The leaves are great and they're good for at the end of the dish to bring some freshness, but if you want that really nice punch of flavour through the sauce, through the dish, this is where it comes from. Okay, let's go over to the stove. Now I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy harissa paste. You can make it in advance, you can have it in the fridge. I use it as a bit of a staple if I'm ever needing something with a quick bit of punch and I can't be bothered going mixing a heap of spices or getting a paste, or you could find a really good harissa paste from your store and you could probably just use that anyway. But to make this one, pretty straightforward. Thermomix or food processor, whatever you have. Roasted capsicums, you can do it yourself, you can get them in a tin, whatever's easy for you. A couple of those. Half an onion, a few cloves of garlic, put as many as you want depending on how spicy you like it. Some preserved lemon. I've got the skin there, but you can put the whole thing, put the guts and all, not a big deal. Coriander roots. And some tomato paste. And of course, to bring it all together and help bring that fruitiness and the freshness, with a good hit of olive oil and some salt. That's enough. Now we're going to give that a good whiz up. That's going to be the base of our harissa. Okay, so that's pureed. Doesn't have to be a really fine paste, just make sure it's all mixed together. What we need to do now is toast off our spice. So, warm pan, not too hot. We're going to get all of our spice mix. Now, I've got a myriad of spices in here. I've got cumin seeds, coriander seeds, fennel seeds, turmeric, and caraway, and a whole heap of stuff. Now, you can follow the recipe and pick all the spices out, or you could just use like a Cajun mix or a Razzle Hanut, which is a really beautiful, aromatic spice blend that you can get from most stores. Even your big majors have got it. So, in the pan, got a bit of saffron in here as well. Going to toast all that off. Straight away I can start to smell the spice, and you want to move that around, make sure it doesn't burn. I'm going to give that a little bit of my favourite red Aleppo pepper. Oh yeah, you can start to smell it. You really need to be careful. Toasted spice is nice, burnt spice isn't. Okay, you can smell that aroma of the spice. It's already filled the home. The kids upstairs are probably going to wonder what the hell I'm doing. But just take all of it out. And you want a mix of ground spices and whole seeds. Because what that does is it gives you something interesting to chew on when you're biting through the dish a bit later. You got that like crunch of cumin seed or fennel seeds, really tasty. All right, so in the same pan, good whack of copper mustard. Okay, let's give the pan a bit of a swizz. And now, we're going to get the base of that harissa paste. We're just going to cook that out a little bit. So, straight in the pan. Okay, beautiful. That. So all the flavours we want in there. There's tomato, that tomato paste is going to help thicken up. Roast capsicum, which is nice and sweet. Onions, garlic, preserved lemon, coriander roots. Really beautiful flavours. And you can see the oil starting to separate in there and get through all the tomatoes and everything and really bring out the flavour. That's what you're looking for. You want to just let that cook for a little bit and almost split. You want to see the oil start to move through everything that's pureed in there. You start to smell all that sweetness. To be honest, all I can smell is that toasted spice. It's really beautiful. Okay. Once the rawness of that's gone and the onions and garlic have been sort of sweated off, time to add that spice. Give that a good stir through. And we're almost there. Okay. Now, once all the spice is through, we're going to add our chickpeas. Now, these are just tin chickpeas. Not a problem for something like this. It's braised, it's easy. Or you could go to all the trouble if you wanted to soak them and then boil them. Generally with hummus, you want to do that because you want that whole process and you want that cooking liquor to puree the hummus with, the cooking liquor of the chickpeas. For something like this, look, you're at home. I won't tell anyone if you don't. Okay, beautiful. It's really starting to come together. So if you have a look in there, you'll be able to see it's gone really nice and dark. It's all come together. The chickpeas are taking on the flavour of all of the spice that's in there. Going to give it a little bit of salt before we add the tomato. Okay, last move. Crushed tomatoes. And chicken thighs. Now these chicken thighs I've taken the skin off, bone's still in there. I think it's important. It helps keep the chicken together. I think you get so much flavour from the bone as well. Chicken thighs, just separated the thigh from the drumstick. That's all sitting in the sauce. Just going to put a cup of water in there. So there's some moisture to cook that chicken. Lid on, low heat, stirring every 5 minutes for about 20 minutes, and that will be done. Okay, time to plate it all up. So, chicken's nice and tender, served on the bone. You can serve this any way you want. Big plate, middle of the table, or you could plate it up for one, which is what I might do now. So, some of the sauce in the bottom of the pan, which is the best bit. And really, it's not a hard dish to make. Freezes really well. This is a great dish for like next week or to have in the back of the freezer when you're running late from work, or something that you could easily take to work, warm up at work and get everybody else jealous when we're allowed back to work, that is. All right, piece of thigh. And a drumstick. I've always liked the drumstick. Some yogurt. Now I've just let this yogurt down a little bit with water, just so I can drizzle it over the top. And I think you want the yogurt in there because it is a little bit spicy. I mean, not for me. I like a bit of spice in there, but it's also nice to have that sourness from the yogurt. Now we used the stalks before of the coriander. Now it's time to use the leaves. So just a few of those around, just to freshen it up. Okay, and of course, I always like to finish a dish with a bit of fresh olive oil because it makes it a bit more robust, a bit more fruity. And it looks pretty nice too. And there you have it, pretty straightforward that one. So harissa braised chicken tagine with cobra mustard olive oil and chickpeas.